First of all, we're going to be creating some really quick Valentine hearts. This first one, I'm just going to put a water shape of a heart on the page, and I'm going to drop color into it, starting with red. See how I just touched the red to the heart shape, and then yellow. And here I'm trying to decide whether I should go with purple, and I decide not to. So I choose blue instead and just drop a little bit of blue in there. And that's just real quick, and let it dry the way it is. And this time I'm actually going to draw the heart out. It's kind of a lopsided heart, but it'll work. And I'm going to use colors on the same end of the spectrum. So green, blue, and then purple. And this will just a quick little heart, and I'm going to let that dry. And then I'm going to get, these are just scraps of paper that I have, watercolor paper that, might go to waste otherwise. So I'm going to use it how I will. This is also a good way to test your colors to see what colors work well together. This time I'm going to use reds and oranges. And you can see how colors will react this way. It's a good way to get to know your colors. It doesn't have to be a heart shape, it could be a round. And I'm adding salt for texture there. And I'm going to do one more. And I have a quick little fun Valentine to make with these hearts. This time I'm going to go the same colors on the color wheel, but we're going to go with blue, green, and yellow. And then I'm going to let those dry. Oh, I'm going to add a texture with the paper towel. And we're going to let those dry, and then we'll be cutting them out with scissors. So that dried for a couple minutes, and now I'm cutting out the shape with scissors. And I'm going to use an X-Acto blade to cut the edge. And there's a reason for this, but I have to, there's two slits down the edge of the heart. And I'm going to write something on here. It says, I think you are just, I think you're just right. And then with those slits that you put into the heart, you're going to place a pencil. This would be kind of fun to include with a little flower or something. I needed to cut the slits a little bit longer, just a tiny bit longer. And now the pencil fits in there. You can embellish it further if you wish. Okay, so now we're going to, I took off the salt texture, and now I'm going to add glitter over the entire card. I'm just going to, you can use a brush to put the glitter all over the card, but I just use my finger. And now I'm going to use this one I have embellished with gold, and I'm going to put slits in it also. I had videotaped the gold, but it didn't work. Since this is a dark card, I'm using this white Sharpie to put "You're all right." And then I'm going to slip a pen. That little bit of gold around the edge really does. At first I was going to slip a pencil, but I decided to change and put a pen inside. It'd be fun to put on someone's desk. Okay, and so I'm adding glitter glue to this heart too, and then I will let that dry. So those are the two we just made, and we have two others. We have the orange and red one, and I'm going to cut out around it. So there's three of the hearts that we had created, And I had already cut out around the other heart we'd created. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a watercolor resist using the glitter glue. So I'm writing a word. You could write anything. You could write a person's name. You could write happy birthday. You could write whatever you want with the gold glitter glue. You could actually use the clear too. So I'm just running the glitter glue along the lettering that I had drawn with the pencil. And then I will let that dry. It takes about a half an hour for that to dry. And now that it is dry, I'm going to do a dark background, and then I'm going to mount the hearts on top of that. So I'm putting water over the entire card. Because these praying colors are dye based, it's easier to get the colors to blend if you put water on the background of whatever you're working on. So I'm just going to do a blue and a purple background, and you can tell that that glitter glue repels the water really well. I added a little black here to make it darker. And see how that glitter glue just, that watercolor doesn't stick to it at all. You can also use crayon, like a white crayon or a light colored crayon. You could also use a Pigma pen. And now I'm mounting the hearts right under the word love. And you could leave the card just like that, but I decided to add a little border around it, a little glittery border, just a scalloped edge border. And that's just a quick little card that you can do with whatever color you would like.